Hey friends, Rob Phoenix here, Powwow guy. Hope you're all doing well. Just want to talk to you about this year's class. Every year I kind of teach a class, and it's been different over the past like 4 or 5 years, maybe like 5 years. I've been teaching classes. Some have been strictly online, some have been a combination of online and email groups. Um, Last year was the first time it was a combination of in person and internet. This year it's going fully in person. No internet, no email, no texting, uh, no Zoom, anything like that. So uh, I'm just preparing. Bill and I are preparing for like retirement. We're preparing our property. We're preparing like our finances, getting stuff in order. I still have a little while till I can retire. He still has a few years, but not very many. But we're trying to get stuff in order. And part of that for me is how I'm approaching myself growing into my older years as a power hour and how I'm going to pass that on. And so I am passing that on only in person, only here in my home. Um, and that's it. Now, I haven't been able to say much until this point, but this past year I have been learning more. And I was very, very fortunate um, to meet a gentleman. He's quite up there in years, but he has a lot of really good powwowing information from his family and from his years of experience that he has been sharing with me. And so some of the things that he's told me has really like changed my perspective on powwowing and changed how I practice powwowing, both for myself and for other people, but also how I see things like using powwowing in my uh, gardening work, which is I've always considered gardening work as a part of a powwow tradition, or at least as a part of Pennsylvania Dutch culture. But now I have this like new understanding of things like using powwow in the actual garden itself. And as most of you know, that's very important to me is to like grow vegetables and herbs and such, work in my property, in my yard. I mean, we have a small property. We have a small house, small basic yard. But we're making the most of it, which I urge all of you to do. I think it's more the norm to have property like mine, which is small space, um, rather than the exception. So you can really utilize your small space. And so now that I feel I'm like at that peak of my powwow skills, and I'm really, really grateful to all the people that I've met over the years that have taught me so many different things. And I'm ready to share that uh, with more people. And because I'm always striving to be more and more traditional with my powwowing, this year I'm done away with the internet stuff. Other than this YouTube channel, I don't have social media, but I am going to teach only in person. So you'll need to come directly to my home. I have some new stuff that I just learned this year that I have not yet spoken of on YouTube, only because it would not be traditional for me to do so. So the stuff that I've learned this year, I'm only going to pass on in a traditional format. Um, you need to come to me. I'd like to keep the group small. Like 4 people would be ideal. I don't have a huge property, and I would like us to be outside, and I'd like to cook for you guys and like make you lunch and such. So I don't want anybody to bring anything with them other than your favorite copy of the Bible that you intend to use for powwowing. But I'm going to tell you now that I need you to plan to write in that Bible because there's a lot of stuff like this is going to be a working tool for your powwowing. So, um, if you have a favorite version of the Bible, but you don't want to mess it up with ink and writing in it, then buy a second copy of it and bring it with because that's going to become your powwowing book. It's like your own personal grimoire. The Bible, ultimately, over the years, I've had so many like journals and such that I've written things in and tried so many different ways to like put a booklet together to pass on. But really, at the end of the day, it just comes back to my Bible. So I just started writing in the Bible. And that seems to work well. I've had the same Bible for many, many years. It's beat, it's worn out, it's used, but it's written in. My favorite charms are in there, rituals, cures, prescriptions. They're all written in the Bible in some way, shape, or form near appropriate passages and such. I have a lot of like sticky note tabs and bookmarks. And sometimes, like recently, I opened it up and I found folded bits of paper and such with things written on it that I don't even remember doing. But that your Bible becomes like your history and your total record of your work. So bring along your Bible and whatever your favorite writing implement is. Pen is probably best. Pencil doesn't really work too well on Bible sheets. Bring highlighters if you want. Um, but that's really it. I'm going to supply everything else, and I'm going to take everybody through from ground zero to Powwow slash Hexameister. And I know how to do this now. After all these years, I know how to do this. I know how to do it. Um, in a short space of time because it doesn't really take a lot of time. And I'm excited to do this year. I don't know how it'll work out because a lot of people that I know on YouTube that are subscribed to my channel are not local to me. And I don't want anybody to go to any great expense to get here. However, I don't have an option for you if you can't make it and you still want to take the class. So it is on Saturday, June 7th. It starts exactly at 11, so you need to be here before 11. It'll be done by 4 p.m. Plan for that. I do not have the space for people to spend the night or the weekend, and I no longer have the space for people to set up tents and camp here. So unfortunately, that's kind of on you. But if you want to learn from a traditional powwower, I've been doing this for a very long time. And I have some really cool stuff to teach you, things that have never been shared publicly. Uh, Please send me an email, robertphoenix73@gmail.com, and let me know if you'll be here. And that's it. That's all I'm offering this year. And next year is probably going to be the same. I don't like the internet way. I don't like the Zoom way. I don't like the email way. I don't want to answer questions via text message. Um, that's how I'm doing it. I'm just getting too old for all this like nonsense, and I would just rather teach my powwowing purely traditional. So if you're interested, please send me an email, robertphoenix73@gmail.com, all one word, no spaces or underscores or anything like that. And let me know if you're interested, and I'll plan for you to be here. And then if I feel like you're definitely going to come, I'll give you my exact address and such. But I am in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Zip code is 17043. So if you have to like Google it and see where it is on a map, um, right near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Uh, so yeah, it will be a good time. It will be me teaching you all the important stuff to get you going as a powwower and a hexameister. And, you get to enjoy my amazing cooking on the grill. So anyway, that's that. So if you have any questions, leave them below or send me an email. But here we go. This year's class, 2025, is going to be as traditional as I can possibly make it. So that's it. God bless you guys. Love you all very much, and we'll talk again soon.